What's up, it's your boy TheOneandOnly back with another album review. And today I'll be reviewing Dababy's album, Blame It on Baby. Now I'm not really a big Dababy fan, but I just decided to give this a listen. So before we get started, please like, share, comment and subscribe. Oh, and please subscribe to my main channel, TheOneandOnly. Now let's get started.
Brand new Lamborghini, fuck a cop car.
So as I said, I'm not really much of a Dababy fan, and Blame It on Baby is Dababy's third album, coming off of Baby on Baby and Kirk. I would say I like more tracks from Kirk, with Pop being my favorite song he had released before Blame It on Baby.
I got me a milli, I did it legitly. I'm still with the shits, I'm a hot nigga.
This album had 13 tracks, which is a fair amount of tracks, with features from Youngboy, Quavo, Megan and more. And one complaint that I myself and many other people have is that most, if not all, of his songs sound all the same. There's not really much of a variation between Baby on Baby and Kirk. So let's just start with what I liked from Blame It on Baby.
Light skin shit, she fuck with me, she turned into a light skin bitch. Back then I've been to some hype man shit.
The album starts off with Can't Stop, which was fine, and Dababy had some nice punchlines in the song. The song became rather repetitive. Pickup was also fine, and Quavo really induced some energy into the track. Light Skin Shit was really good, with the not so typical Dababy beat, and the catchy hook and Future was also really good as well. Although most of the tracks had a similar tone, there is some variation with Champion, Rockstar and Sad Shit. Oh, and I have to talk about Jump featuring NBA Youngboy. Man, Dababy and Youngboy complemented each other really well, and yeah, I have to say Youngboy really surprised me too. He was good, his flows were on point, and him and Dababy matched each other's vibes really good, and the track was one of the better parts of the album. Let's talk about the best song from the album, Rockstar. This is officially my favorite song from Dababy, and in my personal opinion, this is his best song in his career so far. Yes, I'm putting it out there. Rockstar is Dababy's best song. The beat is different from his other tracks, and his flow is different too, and he switches it up a bit. Although his lyrics are about the same stuff, here it really hits different. It gets a bit personal, talking about having PTSD, and although we've heard the whole Walmart situation, here he emphasizes that he'll do anything to protect his daughter, and that was powerful, man.
PTSD, I'm always waking up in cold sweats like I got the flu. My daughter a G, she saw me kill a nigga in front of her before the age of 2. And
the hook was also very good, and Roddy Ricch did not disappoint. He was one of the better features of the album, and although him and Dababy have very different rapping styles, Roddy Ricch just brought it and made this a great song.
You can't cross me again. 1200 horsepower, I get lost in the wind.
Drop was a fun track, and Champion was one of the better songs from Blame It on Baby. Fish there, he tried being not too predictable.
I took the cash route. I put in more time, more grind, no line. I didn't take the fast route. Let's go. Suck it up, no crime, no.
Other things that I liked were most of the songs had high energy, and also the album overall had really good production, even with most songs being just classic Dababy, talking about women, money, and of course shooting people.
She know I'm nasty, yeah. She like when I pull it out and I put it all over her ass cheeks.
Now, let's talk about the bad. As I said earlier, the problem with Dababy is that he seems to be making the same type of song over and over again. And he himself has addressed this by saying that why would he change up his style when he keeps on making hits? And yeah, that's a fair point, but again, that doesn't mean a good track and quality production. I mean, just listen to some of his songs from Baby on Baby to Blame It on Baby.
I take 20K and put that on your head and make one of your partners come kill you. Yeah. Say fucking with me, then he got it like big, go back. About to go get a pound just to smoke. I smoke. They told me to come work on my album. I'm good, bitch, I been doing push-ups. Play with Baby and top nigga, good luck. My little daughter too, but got 6 figures put up.
You see, they're all similar, and sooner rather than later, people are gonna realize this and get tired of it. And on this album particularly, the cracks were really showing. Talk About It was painfully average, with him again rapping about the same stuff. Sad Shit was an attempt to be more personal, but his vocals became annoying at the end. Find My Way was ridiculously mediocre. And I mean, his last song, Amazing Grace, he barely puts in any effort, and it's just so lazy.
Nigga, we was broke. I broke you up. So we had to steal our food. We cut like that. Steal from us shit, we rob niggas too.
Oh, and let me not talk about Nasty. Oh my god. Nasty featuring Meg Thee Stallion and Ashanti was a horrible track.
And I put him behind her head like she a press. Then I pick her up and I slam it down on her head like I'm a wrestler.
That shit is a 2-pack of ass. The fuck are you talking about? That shit stinks.
Yep, couldn't have said it better myself. I mean, I get it, this was supposed to be a raunchy track, but almost everything about it was bad. Ashanti was annoying, Dababy had some of the most lazy lyrics I've heard this year, and Megan, why Megan? I wanted her to be so good, but then she just followed along the lines of Dababy. The song does get better near the end, but damage was done. And I don't know, after the song dropped, I don't know what happened. The album took a nosedive and ended on a whimper, with the last tracks being boring and generic Dababy. Most of the songs didn't even have enough variation between them, and the same production style became boring. Before I move on to my final thoughts, please comment down below your favorite song, favorite feature, and least favorite feature from this album.
Thought it was over till I put up in the drop. I ran a light, hit.
The best songs on the album were Rockstar, Jump, Light Skin Shit, and Champion, with the best song on the album being Rockstar. The worst songs of the album for me were Nasty, Find My Way, Amazing Grace, and Talk About It, with the worst song being Nasty. The worst feature was Megan Thee Stallion and Nasty, and that really hurts to say, but I'm still gonna tell my kids that this was Todoroki. Anyway, moving on to the best feature of the album was Roddy Ricch on Rockstar, with Young Boy, yes, Young Boy coming in at a close second on Jump. I wish this album had more risks to it instead of just being typical Dababy, and he did try on some songs, and there are still plenty of enjoyable tracks on this project, but there were just one too many generic tracks that brought down the quality of the album, and Dababy's repetitive lyrics and flow really hurt this album as well. You can also vote in the poll above which rating you would give this album. So with that being said, my final rating of Blame It on Baby is 2.5 stars out of 5. So it's a pretty average album, and one could say slightly below average album. Blame It on Baby in the end felt more like a mixtape than an album, and at this point I personally think Dababy needs to adapt and change a bit, and there are some really good tracks on the album, and he has shown the potential with Rockstar, Champion, and Blame It on Baby. So thank you for watching. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe, and also subscribe to my main channel, The Man XX, as this is my backup channel or second channel. And before I sign off, I hate to be that guy, but please, if you want to help out so that I can buy better equipment for this YouTube journey, especially getting a new microphone sooner, if you can, please donate to my PayPal down in the description. I'd really appreciate it if it's possible. Now stay blessed and stay dope.
Yo, I ain't here for the money, I ain't here for the fame. Though it might be nice to own a jet plane, I'ma do it all for you. Come along and see it's true, but the world is pretty cold. You might need a sweater too.